Alrighty, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely weekend so far. And with that being said, let's get into the weekly update. All right, so just check over the economic calendar, see if we got anything crazy this week. All right, we have that. That is after the market closes, so it's not gonna cause anything. Most likely, well, I mean, and obviously you could have that after hours sell-off. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. We don't really have anything other than GDP here. All right, this comes out every Thursday. All right, PCE. All right, so that is the Fed's favorite inflationary indicator right there. So that is going to be a big one. If you see this thing coming hot, the market is going to tank. All right, if you see it coming cool, the market is likely not to tank. All right, it's likely to do the opposite. All right, so if you see the market falling into this thing, like maybe we end up getting a pop with it. If you see a rally into this thing, maybe we get a drop with it. All right, I believe this guy is more on the hawk side, so that is also something to note right there. I have no idea who that guy is. All right. Also, I don't know if he's dovish or hawkish as well. You guys can actually come over here, and we can actually look at this together. All right, even though it just took that tab. All right, but I think we had Waller, hawk. Okay, he is a hawk. And then we had Williams, and Williams is a hawk. All right, so I'm just saying we have the PC, and then we will also have we have Collins too. So let's come over here. Where's Collins at? Collins is also a hawk, guys. So every single Fed speaker that's coming out this weekend, or this upcoming week, is a hawk. All right, so let's actually see what about the Jefferson guy. All right, Jefferson is also a hawk. All right, so like, you know, you get the PC data coming out. If that comes in cool, and maybe you get some of these hawks to say some good things about it, like, you know, that could be like, that could make way for a market rally. Or you get the reverse. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm leaning one way here. Let me turn the heater off. It's getting pretty hot in here. All right, but I'm leaning one way right now, and it all comes down to, honestly, IWM over here. All right, it doesn't make sense that we're gonna keep falling like this. We can fall a little further. Like, it literally has the opposite setup as QQ. QQ has the bearish divergence going on up here on your daily CCI, but like, look at this, okay? And I've been saying I'm gonna be watching 70 on the RSI for spying QQQ. All right, hang on, let me take this jacket off. It was just freezing when I woke up here. All right, hope everybody's having a lovely morning, by the way. Lovely Saturday morning. All right, this is the day to get things done. All right, at least it's my day to get things done. I don't take Sundays. I'm not just gonna call it a lazy day, but I typically, at least with all this YouTube stuff, I've been trying to get everything for like months now. I've been trying to get everything done on Saturdays, so then I can, you know, I get to take my Sundays off. But I mean, at the dog job, I will be working Sunday, so I'll have half a lazy Sunday. There'll be that, but I do not work my other job on Sunday, so there's that, and then I won't have to record YouTube videos on Sunday, so there's that, and then, you know, Patreon update that goes out today, so I won't have to record that on Sunday. So, you know, Sunday we're gonna try and make it that lazy day. All right, that is just what I try and do. All right, maybe you guys have your own lazy day. I don't know. All right, so into the charts, guys. Into the charts. All right, so I've been mentioning this 70 level on QQQ. All right, and I mean, obviously, and on SPY, but QQ is obviously closer to it. So I think it's probably going to tap that level first, and I think that is where we're probably going to start seeing that selling pressure step in. All right, you can see up here. This is where you had over here, you did have this decent size sell off here. All right, you can do that, and that was a 3% sell off there. But from what is it, trough to peak right there, you went up another 6%. So that is a thing. But I hope I'm making my point clear here. This is just typically where you're going to see these things top out. And we actually did see it not too long ago, literally top out right here. All right, which leads me to believe, yeah, there are a lot of people that are going to be causing this to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because there's a lot of, like, look at over here. You started getting shoved down immediately. Right when you, like, literally the first day you hit 70, that was your day on spying QQ. That was your peak. So that's what I'm going to be watching here. And because I see, like, hey, this is what I've been calling out. Like, hey, we have some more room to go up here on QQQ. All right, because we have that aligns with IWM getting this bounce. So we have a triple bullish divergence going on IWM's daily RSI down here. You have this point of divergence, you have over here, you have over here. All right, and it's this, and that. All right, so you have a triple bullish divergence going on. You also have the same exact thing going on your CCI over here, but we're not even going to talk about the CCI because the RSI is the thing that, like, hey, when we see things pop up on it, it means more because it moves slower. All right, and a lot more people are going to be watching the RSI. All right, you guys, this is where your bottoms form. Okay, so like, I don't think, like, if QQ keeps rallying up here, all right, I think we have a rather decent size sell-off in the cards here. All right, but I'm going to be completely honest. The way I'm leaning here is that IWM is going to be getting this bounce. QQ is it's probably going to break this high. All right, maybe come up here to 322.08. All right, and then we see your daily RSI there hitting 70 over there. We're going to see SPY over here. If that happens over here, guys, if we end up getting that breakout, yeah, SPY is going to be breaking out of this thing, and then we're going to put a target on the board, and then I'm going to have to be looking for up here for 418.31, I think it is. Yeah, 418.31. So I'm just saying, it really is it's a really conflicting setup. You have these things completely disagreeing with them. These are we have 4 components. How I look at the market, we have 4. Well, I guess there's 5, including VIX. We got 5 components, all right, that I look at least. You have SPY, you have QQQ, you have DIA, IWM, and then you have VIX. Now, I understand these are the ETFs, but the, the indices that these ETFs are based around and tracking, those are the main components that make up the market. All right, so that's what we cover here on the channel. We do connect the dots. We bring an order to the chaos. If you enjoy this, if you are confused by the markets, maybe you found a place for you. All right, maybe this is the right community for you. All right, but I'm just saying, guys, you come over here to DIA, you have it on the weekly time frame, and you also have this CCI on the weekly time frame in the same exact spot where every single other bottom has formed. All right, every single other bottom has formed this bear market right here. And if you come out of the bear market, all right, the only times are these massive crashes. Okay, this was your 2018 crash. This was your 2020 crash. All right. The only time you're doing these, and back here in 2015, these are all like crises, okay? But like, other than that, like, guys, this is a buying opportunity. Even in this bear market, this has been your buying opportunity each time, all right? I understand, all right? Over here, you probably really thought the world was ending because, like, the markets go straight up and occasionally they don't. And you're like, oh, crap, everything's dying, everything's dying. Over here, we've been, I mean, at least I've been conditioned to like see that they're clear as day. There are cycles, and the news will pretty much hammer into everyone's mind to do the exact wrong thing at the exact wrong time. Like, and now everyone's saying sell, and I still think, like, yeah, there's going to be a sell here, but I don't think it's going to be yet. I'm going to be honest. And that fear and greed index currently, I think it's at 33 right now. It's at 31 to 33. So that has room to come down. All right, but it also has room to go up. So it's kind of it's in that middle ground. All right, so like, here's what I'm getting at, guys. We can go a little lower. All right, we can go a little. This is why I say, like, my scenario that I'm outlining here. This is what I think makes sense. All right, but here are the 2 scenarios you're rocking with right now. It's either IWM goes a little lower here, all right, and then you have a really large bounce. All right, like a really large bounce, and it would be the same on everything else. All right, but guess what? That would mean QQ gets his little pullback. Maybe you come over here, but then you have this monster rip. All right, so that's what I'm getting at. All right, so if that doesn't make sense to you, which that doesn't make sense to me with what they just came out saying, all right, but then again, all right, they did just inject the $297 billion into their they have that on their balance sheet, which I'm pretty sure that's just those are credit lines to the banks. All right, and like, hey, is more things pop up, are they just going to increase their balance sheet again? And like, hey, is this correlation with the stock market? Is that going to keep going? Like, that's what I'm saying. Are we fighting the Fed right now by going short? I don't know. All right, I got no idea. Like, that's why this is just so conflicting. If I was to tell you, yeah, I think you are fighting the Fed right now. If you're going short, I think that's what's going on. But they also wouldn't be doing these things if a crash like wasn't completely on the table. Like, you have the yield curve inverting 3 to 10, I believe. That is also something that suggests, I've talked about this like a lot actually over the past, like, for since we've been making these videos. All right, guys, when we have an inverted yield curve, all right, that literally signals that I think it's like 12 to 18 months down the line, you have your recession. Well, guess what? We had one going on like a year ago, if I'm recalling correctly. All right, so if that was the case, then yeah, we're going to be walking into a recession, but now it's just re-inverted, and like people are getting scared about it online. But guess what? This is something that's been here. Like, it's like, that's what I'm saying. All right, guys. Like, and if you don't know, like, if you don't want to be like surprised by these things when they finally do pop up, just follow along with the channel. All right, guys. I got you. All right. I'll be here with the daily update. We do a Monday through Friday daily update each and every day, right before market closes, or it'll be right after, depending on my schedule. If I do get it out earlier, there we go. All right. All the better. But if not, like, who cares? All right. But I got you with that, and then I got you with the weekly update, and then also I do provide the written updates over on Webull. So if someone doesn't want to sit here and watch these, we'll call them on average 20 to 20, we'll say 15 to 25 minute videos. If you don't want to spend 15 25 minutes here, I got you with the written update over there on Webull. All right, so you guys can literally just go over there and read everything I'm going over right now. But I will say, these videos allow me to show you what I am you know, what's going through my mind, whereas there I have to articulate, like, hey, all right, I gotta tell a story over there. You know, all right. But yeah, if that's something you like, then maybe this is the place for you, and maybe you found a good place. All right. But yeah, all right, guys, we go a little lower, and then we have this explosive rally, and that would mean QQQ Inspire gonna explode from up here. All right, or we go a little higher on QQQ, we drag this bad boy out. All right, maybe we come up here. All right, we drag this out, and then you get one hell of a downturn. And that, in my opinion, is what I think is going to be the case. All right, I'm not a perma bear, I'm not a perma bull. All right, I am just a realist, and I'm saying right now, something here is going to give. It's going to be one of those scenarios that goes down. All right, it's one of those. All right, you have IWM, like, that's a triple bullish divergence. We're just going to go back, guys, this whole time. All right, every time you're over here, this is where your bottoms are formed. All right, so like, I don't care what's going on in the financial sector. I don't care, guys. I'm here, and I'm a chartist. All right, and this is like, the financials have been there the whole time. All right, it doesn't matter when you're looking like this. You either stay down here and you got a crash going on, or this is where you're bottoming. And yeah, I mean, I hope you guys have been here for me, like, telling you guys this, so you guys aren't on the edge of your seat just panicking, like I'm sure a lot of the market is doing. Like, no one knows what the heck is about to go down. Like, are we falling off a cliff? Are we about to skyrocket because of these oversold conditions over here? All right, I got you. I'll let you know what I'm thinking as we go. All right, but I'm just saying, unless you're gonna have that crash, guys, you're not better. You know, this thing's about a bottom. That is my personal opinion there. And, you know, I understand history never repeats itself, but it does rhyme. And I think we're going to be rhyming here. I don't like, it's going to be the same, guys. We're either crashing because we're staying down here, just like you had going on over here in 2020. You were just staying down here. All right, which it doesn't look as drastic as what you had going on over there. But, I mean, obviously, if, you know, if we start getting these down days, yeah, your RSI is going to get immediately dragged back down over there, and you're not going to have that bullish divergence going on. All right. But, like, yeah, I'm just saying, I don't think you're about to crash. I think the Fed just told us that they will step in. I think the Fed told us that, like, hey, all right, like, in the coming months, we have room for concern. We definitely do. Because why is the Fed going to come out saying that they are going to, they have the tools to step in if they need to step in? Why are they even going to tell us that? All right, I think they told us that because something's going on behind the scenes. All right, plus we all know what just went down with the banks. All right, we had bank runs going on, and the Fed responded immediately. All right, when there was a crisis in 2020, I think it was a credit/liquidity crunch that was going on. Well, guess what? The Fed didn't respond to the liquidity crunch that was going on until we were like halfway over through it. All right, or halfway through it. They responded immediately to the banking crisis. Immediately, they stepped in here. All right, so like, you know, this is a big thing. You know, like, it's, the system is like, it's on its last legs. All right, so like, that's why I say, like, yeah, are they gonna push this thing up a little? All right, we're gonna get this RSI up. Maybe we get it back up here. All right, and then boom, you come down for another leg. That's what I think is very likely. All right, very likely. But I'm also going to say, like, hey, all right, like, QQQ is going to fall at some time, and it's going to be hard. All right, I'm just not looking to get in the, like, you know, I don't want to get in the way of this. Like, it's the same thing over here with Nvidia. Well, guess what? I'm sure there are plenty of people looking to short this thing. All right, and guess, like, you just squeeze through everyone. You just, like, what do you think's supplying the pressure to keep going up here? Like, obviously it's a big component of the indices, and like, yeah, that's gonna, like, you know, it's a component of the overall market, just like Apple, Microsoft, Google, and those bad boys. All right, but guess what? All right, squeeze fuel, guys. It just keeps squeezing. We're gonna come over here. All right, I'm gonna come over here, which I'm gonna say right now, right off the bat, I don't think you do this over here. All right, over here you are in price discovery mode. You don't have price discovery. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is psychological warfare. Any bag holder back here is gonna be jumping the cliff, off the cliff over here. All right, there might be that guy to push you slightly above there, but I really don't think you're coming back up here. I do not. All right, that was literally price discovery, and I remember the mindset back then when everyone just thought, "Hey, everything's going to the moon." This was right at the beginning of the bear market, and you just kept coming down. All right, well, the bear market has taken over now, and you're not just going to keep going. All right, but that's what I'm getting at. These things just can't squeezing, just like they did over there. All right, well, guess what? They were doing over here. People knew a big move was coming. Well, guess what? They just kept providing that squeeze fuel. I think that's what's going on right now. All right, I think if we do end up seeing the video come into the zone, I think this is correlated with where the market tops out. All right, now I'm going to show you guys something that I may have actually already pointed out to you guys. I'm not sure, though. We did get a weekly breakout from this massive inverse head and shoulders formation, a head and shoulders bottom here. And I'm going to discount the crap of this thing because I don't know. I don't think this target gets hit before we get that downturn that I just spoke about. All right, I think we go a little higher and then we end up getting a downturn. But I don't think it's, you know, I don't think we're moving up 10% on Apple here. That I do not. 11% there. I don't. All right, the target for this inverse head and shoulders formation would be 179 up there. All right, I rounded there, but it's around there. All right, but you can see it on the daily time frame. You got this shoulder, you have that head, you have this shoulder. All right, and the neckline would just be this blue zone I have right here, which we can actually change the color of it just so we don't get confused with the other ones. Make it that zone right there. All right. But yeah, I mean, you did end up having that breakout here. You see, you didn't have any candle closes above it. You finally broke out of it. And even if it wasn't a head and shoulders bottom formation, it would be a, you know, it would be resistance up here. And you just signified that, hey, buyers are stepping in here. All right. So this is another thing suggesting we could end up going a little higher here. Now I'm going to point your attention over here to the RSI. So it's the same thing like I was just going over on QQ. All right, this is literally where every single peak is formed, guys. It's when your RSI peeks its head into overbought territory. We can go a little higher up here. All right, it doesn't have to be like over here where you just peek your head up here for a few days and then boom, you start dying. All right, it doesn't have to be like that. But I think this is where we should start getting cautious. All right, and I think the setup is suggesting that we do go a little higher before having that decent sized down move. All right, because the latter, the other option to that is that you start falling now, and then IWM gets a really big move to the upside. All right, so like, and I'm open to either. I'm just saying QQQ is looking like this. I think it's much more likely that this thing takes a breather. All right, and if this thing's gonna have to take a breather to align with the other components that I look at, then yeah, we're gonna need everything to have like this little rally here. We're gonna need to see these things break out. Maybe this thing pushes 322.08 up here. All right, but that's where I would expect, like, hey, sellers are there. It's right around the corner if you do get that move upward. But if you get that move downward, then yeah, I gotta say the downside is so limited, guys. I'm not changing my tone. All right, or my tune. Last week, guys, I was saying the same thing. Downside is limited if you're gonna fall from here. I was saying like, hey, I was calling it over here. All right, well, guys, we're right back in the same exact spot. All right, this thing can fall a little further. We could see that the RSI come down here, but that's where I'm going to start getting skeptical again. So there you go. All right, guys, I guess that is pretty much it. If you guys would like to join the Patreon and join the community over there, we have been nailing it. All right, so there is that. If you guys do want that, the link is down in the description there. Go check out the Webull updates. The link is not in the description over there. Go check out the Twitter. But yeah, if you found value in this video, guys, please just support the channel with a like. It's the biggest way you could support me. All right, help me push this content out to more individuals so I can help more individuals. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.